I will share today with you a little story from a family. They have decided to become just a tribal family. And before I want to share this story with you, I would be more than happy if you can support my mission to help more families around the globe to come together as a tribe of significance, what I call it. The tribe of significance for more relevance, more significance, positive influence, and positive impact over generations. So I would be more than happy, and it would be much appreciated if you can hit the subscribe button and give me just a like if you want to watch more of these content, more of these videos, more of these stories, and maybe some of them is just an inspiration for you. So in advance, appreciate it. So I will share a story with you from a second generation family. It's a global family with operations in the States, in Europe, and in Asia. And the family is growing. And the wealth creator is on the pathway of the transformation, of the handover from the leadership to the rising generation. I avoid the term succession because succession means in many cases the older generation, the wealth creator, the parents should be jump out. No, they won't, and they don't jump out. So there are three siblings at this family's, two brothers, one sister, and I've met these three siblings in the end of last year. And there was a little bit chaos in this family. And this generation was asking and raising the question, what can we do that we can stay strong together as a family? They have significant wealth. They have a very well-known operations. And the questions pop up, do we come together for the next 100 years? Is this just a goal, what we should achieve? And we had a discussion back and forth. What should be done? What should be considered? How we come to a decision? And we had a discussion also about governance, all these great words, large words, governance, family dynamics, and stuff like that. And I helped them to find a better interpretation what governance actually is. Governance is actually how do you come to an aligned decision? And if you don't communicate, probably you won't get indecision, what is very crucial for each individual, but also for the entire family. So governance is communication, because the whole world is driving by communication. And often we forget to have it just a proper, more professionalized communication. So the oldest of the threes have decided, okay, let's structure a plan to become a 100-year family. What can we do that we structure a plan for our family that we are continue over the next 100 years? And their first wish was to meet a family that are very successful in the fifth, sixth, or seventh generation. And I bring both families together and they sit down and have a discussion about all these frameworks, all these chances, all these risks, maybe. What they have done that they are so successful over generations. And these families, these three siblings, fly back to home very, very emotional, but also very inspired. And they come back to me and say, yeah, let's set up a plan to make that happen. And first of all, that's once again, the term family governance come into the room. And I make it simple for them to say, let's communicate. Let's structure a communication framework. On the one hand, There are the elders, the parents, sitting on the table. We was discussing, is it probably very valuable to have on this journey the elders just in an elders council on board to participate from their wisdom, from their experience? And we have decided to do so. That was the first important point, because without the support of the parents, of the elders, of the grandparents, probably there's a great chance that that kind of project will be failed. The second stage was have a discussion about why is it so valuable to consider to go on a journey from a family that was setting up by the parents to the clan. That was the second stage of the family, second generation, and move on a journey to become a tribe. Third, fourth, fifth generation onward. And each family member, we had a discussion about purpose. That is also a great word today. What is your purpose? In many discussions, these questions pop up. What is your purpose? What drives you? And if you remember, I've got you these little example in the previous video. We take a journey. We take this journey that we are there in 100 years from now. And I help the family, and we paint a picture together how the family looked like in 100 years. And it was fascinating to see how much energy comes in the room, how many dynamics, how many emotions, how many inspirations, and how many support. And the most crucial point on this exercise, on this part of the journey, was to put all dots together. And what I mean by this is just, I mean, if you are experienced as a family that you work with experts or professional stuff like that, they're acting in their own silo. And often there is nobody to connect all the dots and paint a picture for you. For instance, why is philanthropy so important? What is actually the strategic approach to philanthropy? Not only to saving tax or whatever it means. Or maybe there are prenup agreements or lawyers talk about paperwork with you. What's the reason behind? What's the whole picture, what we want to achieve? What is the greater goal, what we want to achieve? And also when it comes to family governance, family dynamics, more often, surprise, surprise, many forget the culture. What is the culture of the family? And if you're raising a question, what is actually the culture of a family? It comes back to what I said previously, if you remind. That is how we come to an aligned decision. What holds us together? Yes, values are very important, but each individual have different values. How we can come to an alignment, what kind of main values are in our ground foundation as a family. All these questions pop up, and we paint a picture. And it was a great picture with very, very colorful and very impactful. And what we have done now is to look backward. What is necessary that each color have the greatest power and can shine by itself, but also to combine and complete the whole picture? What steps necessary? How we come to in a learning organization, because that is very crucial. And how we can use that kind of operations, what we have, to drive our as an economic vehicle. What should be done with the family office? And what kind of evolution should this family office going on? Is the family office at this time the right individual to support our journey. I give it just in little picture on your hand. I mean, if you want to climb the Mount Everest, there is a plan available. You know exactly what kind of steps should be done. And also, you know exactly if you want to climb the Mount Everest, what kind of preparation should be done. In some cases, if we talk to families, we forget this. We make things so complicated. I mentioned this in so many discussions, if you know me, that is not for the benefit of the family. And we should break this kind of silo down. It's just now the time to make not things complicated, to bring more clarity in front of the family. Help them with systematic approaches, with structures. Yes, and that these kind of systematic and approaches and structures can implement by the family itself. Why not? That is encouragement and empowerment of the families. So coming back to the little story, what I present to you, and there are very, I would call it little goals from this ongoing decision and strategy, what we have set up to become this tribe, this 100-year plus family. Through this little exercise, what I've described to you with this 100-year family picture, there was an increasing cohesion ongoing. There was also an engagement ongoing. Other discussions, what we had in family meetings. We use the instrument of the family meeting to make it proper, more professionalized, and also to forming these elder council. Stories come on the table. What a grandfather, what a father, what a mother was telling these three siblings, they have never imagined. That was fascinating. But it was also part of the wisdom. And combine this newer generation and also the elders is very, very crucial on this journey. And through the establishment of this Elders Council, that is just the first step to have a strong ground foundation. The process is ongoing, and it is very fascinating to see what kind of dynamic comes in the room, what kind of engagement comes into the room. Yes, not without conflicts, but these kind of conflicts will be solved in another direction because each family member is asking, okay, is this conflict actually bringing us closer to our goal, or is it just an obstacle? Is it just nonsense to talk about this? So that is just for your inspiration. What I can tell you, if they can do it, you can do it as well. And all these many examples out there are proving the concept that to become a tribal family, a tribe of significance, that is a great legacy. What you can let down or what you can last over generation, and that you build the ground foundation today. So for now, many thanks for your attention and be great, and until next.